All right, hey Capricorn. So you guys, I meant to get this readout on before April closed, but I needed to take a break and step back and just kind of um, meditate and see where I should actually direct my energy. And I'm going to focus more on you as the independent, and then I'll do a love read like once a week and alternate what messages need to come through. Um, so, anyways, you guys, this right here is why you chose your vessel and this life. All right. And when it comes to your physical body, I just wanted to just make a point to tell you that if you have a place on your body you're not happy with, an ailment, pain, just make sure to send that area on your body, extra love, extra TLC, appreciate it for being there and let it go, direct it. Just let the little marks on yourself, just let it know it can leave at any time. All right, so anyways, I am pulling past, present, and future, and then we're going to tie it all together with an angel tarot that has been pre-shuffled. Okay, so we're just going to start with why you chose this vessel and this life. So we're going to look at your past experiences, um, what you've been dealt with, and where things are going. So here is what I'm going to say. Sadness, look at that. I haven't really been pointing out the bottom of the deck, but you got sadness, conflict, war, disaster. This could just be your own mind, your own state of mind, you know. Why things have been the way they've been, which is a lot more harder probably than anything else. If you look at the past and this energy coming through, it's sadness, it's fear, it's kind of lacking hope for the future, with the Five of Swords, this right here is mental warfare. And I feel like all of your relationships with family, with friends, romantic partners, and the like, this right here is just a battle, a battle, a battle, a constant battle, a constant draining of your energy. And that's where your experience have been, since childhood. It's like, why? When does my surrender come? When does my olive branch come? And I can't help but feel I'm probably talking to a few of you or several of you that have done more giving than taking ever, and just not finding anybody that can energetically match up to that, right? And I feel like where you're kind of shifting into is maybe feeling a little bit loss of hope for now, but you know that it's coming. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune card, this is a sudden turn of positive events. This right here is growth and wisdom, and this is you recognizing that each of these connections, everything that you've endured, connections or just the physical aspects of life where maybe you felt like you've been dealt a shitty hand. This right here is you recognizing that everything happens for a reason. And these right here are stepping stones so that you have the opportunity here in the future to kind of gift everything that you've been through and just the triumphs that are to come to somebody else. So your experiences right here on your past are there because what you're going to be able to do in the future is help other people, help yourself once you kind of discover that these were all lessons that you've signed up for in order to help you grow. This right here is all about wisdom, all right? And also too, it's kind of starting to learn or build on this that well, first of all, not everybody's the same, but second of all, it's just kind of the experiences really, they make us who we are, really. If you think about yourself as a person, do you love yourself? Do you love your personality? Do you love how you are? All of the bad experiences have helped shape and mold us, so it's like appreciating that dynamic and then gifting that to other people that are struggling. What has yet to come right here. So once we kind of phase out this past and know that some people are just not good for us, what you're manifesting, what you have called in, what you signed up for is a dynamic of just a sense of peace. All right, this right here is the happily ever after card. It has not shown up in a lot of reads, but this right here is saying you guys are the creator of your life. You create the negative and you create the positive, and where you're going to see your life go to, where it's going to lead, the road is happiness. All right, and you will see that. And I feel like, what, whoever is here, you're not giving up on that dynamic. There might be times where you become a little bit deflated and you don't have a lot of hope, but what you do know in the deep, 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 deep down in your heart, all right, that you can create your own olive branch. You can extend it to yourself by removing yourself from the situations that don't serve you. All right. When it comes to tying this together, look at that. We have the Empress card. It's time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded, luxurious or abundant resources. And with this right here, tying it on, it's like it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, you are the director and narrator of your life. This right here is saying, you know what? You can recognize the bad for the bad and the good for the good. You know what's to come. This right here is all about new beginnings and abundance. And you know what? It's like every dark minute or hour that you've experienced, it's almost like I can see you guys saying, yeah, but I know this is going to come right here. You have the Empress card right here, which is all about it's the security, it's comfort, it's home, it's stability. And through all of the transgressions, you know that this is coming. If it hasn't already happened, for every bad there is a good, and you recognize that. All right, and that's why you are the creator. You are building and manifesting this dream right here, even if you can't see it right now. Okay, so let's just see what your friendships and family have looked like. The friendships and family. What do we got? That Seven of Swords popping out, man. All right. So I feel like you guys are probably, you're bordering on the good and the bad when it comes to your connections. I seen this Devil card right here too. We have the Devil and the Nine of Swords. So when it comes to your friendships and the family connections that you've had, I do feel like you guys have had some rough experiences. Now, whether it's applicable to straight friends or straight family, what I'm going to say is this: you have the negative and you got the positive cards. So you may have had more poor experiences when it comes to family, or maybe it's more, poor experiences when it comes to friends. So it could be too that you find yourself alone a lot because maybe you don't have a lot of friends. It could be too that you just feel like the black sheep of the family because you don't have supportive family. All right here, it's like having to put your guard up, having to protect your peace when it comes to outsiders, and the outsiders could be family just as well as friendships. But I feel like this right here is all about pain. It's hurt, this right here is ego, and I feel like the influences that have been around you, it's always like somebody's up to something shady, right? Somebody's up to something shady, whether it's your family or friends. It's like, I don't really connect with these people, so here it's like it could be too that you have, it's like, I don't really make friends because what's the point? Or I don't connect with my family because what's the point? I know I'm going to get hurt. It's going to blow up in my face later. All right. But that right there is just challenges that you've grown to embark on. And this right here is basically saying, this right here, as far as the path that you signed up for, when it comes to the disconnected connections, it's really, it's like your honor is within you. You don't need anybody to help create who you are. You don't need the outside influences to put any energy into who you are, because you're very much, I don't want to say a lone wolf, but in a lot of sense probably a lone wolf, that that hey, I've already experienced it. I don't need it. I know how to channel my time alone. I don't need anybody to keep me occupied or to keep me happy, and I feel like that's what you're stepping into with this Knight of Swords right here. This is right, like, I'll cut you off. I'll move forward. I don't need it, and I feel like that's where your current energy is sitting. Hey, you know what? If you're going to be superficial, if you're going to be a flake, if you're not going to be reciprocal in the energy, I don't need it. Cutting them off is how I'm kind of seeing that Knight of Swords come through. I don't need anybody who's going to be, manipulative. I don't need anybody who is going to make me burn myself out to keep the relationship there. I don't need anybody who's going to put me off my game and make me stand unfocused. I don't need anybody in my life who's going to make me restless when it comes to my day to day. I don't need it, and I'll cut you off. And I feel like that's what you've had to kind of move into. And that's where your current energy is sitting. But what you are manifesting, what you have signed up for and called into, is the warm, compassionate, loving friendship, the loving family dynamic. Even if it's just one or two people that are very near and dear to your heart, you're going to hold that connection, because that that this person or these individuals, they care about your energy, and they're going to protect it like it's glass. I want to keep this connection, and that's the connection you will move forward. All right. Truth and honesty, clarity, establishing boundaries is where you're at now. And those who can appreciate and respect that energy is who you're going to be keeping. All right. If not calling in, because you're like, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. And it could be too that you guys have children that you're just looking out for now at this point. I'm going to protect this over here. I don't need nobody else. I'm on my own path, and that's what I'm forging. All right, but what you can look forward to is this right here is out. You already know that, and you're cutting it as you go on. You're cutting ties with the negative influences. I don't need it in my life. Cut you out. Not even drop a tear. I don't need it. This is where it's at. If you can't bring warm, loving energy, and you can't devote to me like I devote to you, I don't need it. This is where you're going. All right. So let's see how this all ties in. You got perspective coming through. The hangman. This is illusion, uncertainty. This is just, I don't want to say being disgusted with the past, but it's like anybody who sends you mixed signals when it comes to friendships or the family dynamic, get out of here. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight and dare to be different. And that is exactly what you're doing. All right. So let's just see what your romantic relationship sector looks like. Past, present, and future. The past, present, and future. Okay. So here we go again. Here you go. You got the Five of Cups showing up again. Sadness. This is, kind of dwelling on the past. This is loss. It's heartache. It's pain. It's like, how many more experiences do I have to go before I have my happily ever after? All right. In the past, you've suffered. It's like, you know what? Everybody that you have given space for, it's like it's unreciprocated energy. All right. You have dealt with greedy people, one-sided relationships, people who do all they do is take and they never ever give. It's almost like it's like a I don't know why I'm seeing CPR, but I'm seeing this like method of CPR where they intentionally miss the mouth. You know what I mean? It's like I'm tired of trying to fill everybody else and I'm never getting that in return. And I just kind of feel like it's like I give and give and give and give and give to greedy ass people, to flakes, to the phonies, to people who are just unreal. The expectations, the manipulators, the gaslighters, the cheaters, narcissistic, everything. It's like I've just dealt with it and it's almost like I could see you're just tired and deflated, you know but you signed up for it for a reason, and I'm going to tell you this, not to give up on what you've signed up for, because what you have coming through all of these experiences is somebody who is going to come into your life, somebody who is going to hold space for you. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you guys have been and where you feel like you're going. What you need to do is kind of snap out of it, okay? Because what you have, all right, and what you're coming into, all right, current situation sits. The star card in reverse is basically kind of feeling in a funk. I'm this right here is not having a lot of hope for the future and the partner that's going to come in and fill you up all the way. All right, the star card it's the opposite of hopes. It's the opposite of dreams and wishes coming true. You don't have a lot of faith in that right now because of everything that you've been through. All right, and I'm going to say this, what you're going to come to recognize, you guys, is that you do deserve the ultimate dream. You do deserve the happiness. You do deserve the fulfillment. And the reason why I'm saying that is because in the future you are calling in, you have manifested and you have written in your soul contract to meet somebody who is going to operate on the same level, all right, the same wavelength, the same vibration as you. You can't see it right now. You guys could be currently going through something fucked up, but you will pull out of that energy. And the reason why I'm flipping the card over is because you can't call this in and have no hope for the future. Okay, you guys have designed in your contract to meet somebody who's going to finish out this life and fill you as much as you have filled them. All right, you really will. The Lover's card it's a soul contract. This right here is a soulmate right here. It's a bond that's going to come through that will get you to the end of your life, one that you can live in happiness, and one that's going to bring you peace, love, and harmony. All right, tying it all in, you guys have the Three of Gabriel. Look at that. So you've had a long shitty road, but look at your ships are coming in. All right, the prosperity arising from wise planning. It's time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So everything that you have been through in the past, what that is it's designed to set you up. Okay, I never want to experience this again. And what we come to see in our relationships is it doesn't take but 5 to 10 minutes to talk to somebody new, and whether or not you want them in your life. And that is gained perspective from all of the past crap, right? So what you are coming into now is this approach where you already know what to look for when it comes to the shitty, it's like the narcissism, the gaslighting, people who talk a big game and they're all talk and no action, people who are loud, people who just take all the energy in the room. It's like you're going to know what to stay away from based off of everything you've already experienced. So what you need to know is that your ships are coming in, you guys, and it will be a win for you. All right, the perfect harmonized love that you deserve, it is coming in a huge way. You will be blessed. All right, but you had to go through the trials and tribulations. You had to go through sadness and pain. But don't think that because you have had a rough life that it's going to end rough. It's not. All right, so let's just see what growth your spirit guides want you to acknowledge, the growth that they've seen, that they want you to recognize through all of your challenges. All right, look at that. So love. All right, so it's like love might be pretty big for you guys. What I'm going to say is this. In the past, you may have been codependent. You may have been the emotional manipulator. You may have lacked in huge ways self-love and self-care. But through all of this friendship, family, romance, business partners, whatever, it's like whatever was lacking, all right, with that Ace of Cups, it's like it's been tough to kind of pour your heart out and pour your energy into others and not ever be on the receiving end. All right, but what you're going to do is you basically come through, you're going to start standing up for yourself, and where people have not given you anything, you're giving it back to yourself. So you're no longer going to deplete your energy for anybody else. It's you first, okay? And what you see is success and forward movement. You're here, you're going to develop here a sense of self. You're going to figure out who you are. You're going to find out who you are and what you're doing here. And you're going to get deep with yourself. And in turn, you're going to call in deep and meaningful connections with everybody, not just the romantic aspect, but with everybody that's meant to be in your life. It's time to call in your soul tribe. All right. So let's just see the happiness that is yet to come, what you can expect, the happiness that you are calling in. All right. So you guys, and I don't want to sound, I'm not going to be negative, but it might sound like, okay, so what? Um, so it's like you're working towards manifesting. You're continuing to work towards manifesting your goals and your vision. All right. So basically, it's no more him hawing around. It's knowing your purpose, knowing why you're here. All right. It's out with the old, in with the new. And I feel like this right here is kind of weeble wobbling. And it could just be because your current energy is going through something, especially on the love dynamic that I've seen. No. All right. It's time to manifest. It's time to be direct. It's time to be clear. All right. Yes, you going through some shit, you guys, but don't give up on what you are calling in. This right here is determination. And through determination, through the challenges, you stay focused, you stay determined. All right. You're going to see rewards in a huge way. The Magician card, this right here is a manifester. This right here is somebody who takes action to get stuff done. All right. This right here, when I see the Magician, this is saying you got magic coming to you in a lot of ways. Some of the ways might not be clear right now, okay, but you have to kind of reshift and refocus your energy, which is coming to you. The Knight of Wands is heightened energy. You got heightened energy. You got a renewed passion for life, taking inspired action towards bigger goals and a bigger vision. All right, cutting loose those energies that they don't need to be here. They're only holding you up and derailing you from the plan that you actually have, that is in your heart space, that maybe you don't even know it's there. All right. You're stepping into this magician role. All right. This right here is somebody who's going to make stuff happen. This right here is a creator. The happiness is might seem like a far reach for some of you because of what you're going through. But again, it is coming. Now it's just time to take off the glasses and see it. All right. Capricorn, I'm going to leave it here. You guys take care.